let's talk about hire purchase agreement. So hire purchase agreement is buying something expensive and paying it off in monthly installments plus the interest. You only own it after the last payment until the store owns it. It's like your parents, they buy a car, then they don't actually pay the full amount of it when purchasing it, but they pay it every month. So that's known as a hire purchase agreement. I hope it makes sense. So you do monthly installments. I hope you guys understand this. But the key at the disadvantage in it is that you pay way more than cash price because of interest. So we're saying that a hire purchase agreement is buying something expensive and paying it off in monthly installments, and you're not going to actually pay it with the displayed amount, but you're going to pay an interest. I hope it makes sense. So if you buy something and you pay extra money, it means that it is a short-term loan. So you only used hire purchase. When you say hire purchase, they're telling you to use what? A simple interest, not a compound. I hope that makes sense. So buy now, pay later in monthly installments. Interest is charged on the balance using simple interest. I hope that makes sense. So when you see hire purchase, they're actually explaining everything to you, or they want you to use simple interest formula. I hope that makes sense. So I think we can actually talk about inflation right now, understanding what inflation is. So when we talk about inflation, inflation is the rate at which the prices of goods and services increase over time. So in other words, your money loses buying power. The key idea, for an example, the 100 rand today will buy less tomorrow. So we use compound growth to calculate future prices. We use compound period. I hope it makes sense. So that's very, very important. Whenever they talk about hire purchase, that's simple interest. But when they talk about inflation, they're actually giving a clue of which interest you should use, which is the compound interest. I hope that makes sense. That's very, very important. So when you see inflation, always use compound interest formula. Why? Because inflation builds on itself every year. Because year 2 is going to increase year 1, not with the original price. But when you see inflation, you must know that you use compound interest formula. I hope that makes sense. So hire purchase, simple interest. Inflation, compound interest. Investments or loans, we're going to actually explain those things in the next video. That when you talk about inflation, it's compound interest, hire purchase is simple interest, investments and loans, compound or annuity. That's what we use, but we're going to actually explore those in more details. So when you use inflation, we use what? When you see inflation, use compound interest. I hope I'm making sense here. So this is very, very important. Inflation, compound interest, simple interest, hire purchase. So hire purchase agreement is a short-term loan. So it is a loan. Why? Because you do what? You're going to, or your parent, they're going to pay extra. Just ask them about the bond houses payments.